Someone made a good point on a Facebook thing, saying about how Jehovah's Witnesses just can't seem to be constantly talking about sex all the time. And there's kids in the hall, and they're talking about pornography and stuff like that, and it's just not right. People feel uncomfortable all the time. Another thing popped into my mind thinking about that. When we were at an assembly or a 3-day convention, when I don't know, it must have been, I think it might have been 2000. It was either last year or the year before, and there was a subject about child abuse, and it was a little bit like, and the funny thing is, a lot of people went outside for that, and I saw people crying. Why I didn't think at the time, this is a problem, a big problem, and stop then, I don't know. But that's interesting, isn't it? The benches were full. People didn't want to hear it, and some of them were crying. I remember one girl sobbing her heart out when someone was comforting her just around the corner, and you just think, looking back on it, I mean, wow, how wrong is that? Yeah, and I have these tit for tat little video things. People comment saying, it was my fault I left, and it was nothing to do with the paedophile and all these things, and it was all to do with the elders and how they handled it, really. Blah blah blah, and yeah, I felt like this and I felt like that, and you imagine this, imagine that, and whatever. None of that needs to be said, really. Only Jehovah's Witnesses are brainwashed enough to stick up for any paedophiles or anything that's covered. The way they're covering it up is they're saying that he's not a paedophile, and that was a lie. So yes, they are covering it up. There's no if. There's no yes. This is the way it is. There's no messing about it. They are covering it up. But I keep seeing these little comments coming in, and it's always a Jehovah's Witness, and you can just see they're brainwashed. They're that brainwashed that they stick up for a child, someone who's abused children, and will continue to do those sorts of things if given the chance. But all these little comments, all these little videos, if we just stepped back and look at all the court cases and about what the Watchtower are doing, trying to get the rights so they can keep the paedophiles anonymous, and look at the ARC. Do you really need to say any more? They're not going to look at it, and they don't watch all my videos, so it's quite boring, really. It's just shocking that they do it. But yes, they're absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. I'll do a longer video tomorrow, talk about what I've been up to, etc.